Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series for UBoat. This game has been on my want-to-play list for quite some time. I first played this game back in January of 2021, which back when it was really very early release, I think. And I just haven't really touched it since because I knew it was a game that I wanted to play, but I also kind of wanted to wait until its full release. And here we are 3.5 years later, or a little bit more than that. And finally, as of yesterday, at the time that I'm recording this, it is full release. It is available for full releases, which is awesome. Which probably means in 3.5 years, a lot has changed since I last played it. I played it enough to know that I wanted to play it. I have not played it enough to actually know what would be different. So we're going to be basically coming into it as a mostly blind playthrough, and see where we go with this. Let's just jump right in and yeah, I have no idea. So we got different options here. We got War Begins. Okay, we have different U-boats apparently. All right. Expanding Horizon. Is this like a different time frame? Yeah, so these are all September 1st of 1939. Makes sense. Then we get to July 4th of 1940, August, January 41, February 41. Presumably, if we start really early, then similar to other U-boat games, or not U-boat, submarine games like Secret Service or Silent Hunter or whatever those other games are. I've played a lot of games, U-boat games over the years. So we're going to try and play with, see, there's all normal difficulty. That's fine. Let's just try. I don't know. Do we like any of these numbers better than the other, or maybe where they start? We got Wilhelmshaven, and we got Kiel, La Rochelle, although that one's a little bit later. Oh, U4. Start at the very beginning. Fresh out of the Deutsche Werke shipyard in Kiel, U4 joins the young Kriegsmarine as one of the first Type 2A boats. Are these all Type 2A? Oh, these are Type 7B. And this one is a Type... Oh, there we go, 7B. This is a Type 2A. It's a different type of boat. Interesting. This compact design offers maneuverability and stealth. So it's going to be a smaller design here. It's going to be interesting. The full-scale invasion of Poland has begun today in the early morning. While Poland's Western allies now declare war on German Reich, everybody among the submarine crews is nervous about the future. The Kriegsmarine submarine forces are currently modest, to say the least. On top of that, Britain's Royal Navy is confident that their new sonar technology lessens the threat posed by enemy submarines. Despite all of this, the commander of the German U-boats, Karl Dönitz, believes that U-boats may have a key role to play in case of a broader conflict with Western powers. So, we're all part of the 7th U-boat flotilla, it looks like, any of these 3 boats. This one's a little bit of a bigger one, right? I think we'll stick with U4. I don't know. Let's start with the small one, see where it goes. We might change our minds later, but this seems like a good one. Okay, so entertaining. The game will be adjusted for optimal entertainment. Simulation aspects that don't contribute to an interesting story won't get in your way. Realism and simulation aspects will be fine-tuned to make them challenging, but not excessively so. You know everything about submarine warfare and want very demanding gameplay. So, when I used to play, what is it, Silent Hunter? Or what, Silent Hunter 5? Let me see. Let me look at my list real quick. Which one was the one I used to play? I still have it in my list because it's not been too long ago since I played it. Silent Hunter, yeah. So I've played Silent Hunter, pretty much all the Silent Hunters, and I think the most recent was Silent Hunter 5, Battle of the Atlantic. There was Silent Hunter Wolves of the Pacific. I've played all of those. When I play Silent Hunter, I tend to make the settings as hardcore as I can get, even to the point of I got to get a piece of paper and math out the torpedo trajectories myself. I like that type of gameplay because I like math. We might try that. This might blow up in our faces, but we're going to try hardcore and see how bad it is. How involved in crew management do you wish to be? Crew management will mostly be automated. Crew will require your attention, but some corners will be cut to remove complexity. Like real people, your crew requires some attention in order for them to do their best, but you can reap extra benefits if you dress their needs. Okay, you know what? Let's go for expert. This is crazy. For someone who has not played this game in forever, this is probably gonna be a little bit insane. Let's do normal, say audio language. Yeah, let's do it on German for now. Tutorial introduction, maybe, sure. We're at 98% realism. Is that because the economic difficulty is easy? Yes. That's literally the only difference. Settings controls the display detailed information about your boats. Wait, sorry, wrong one. The setting controls how expensive and sparse various goods are. The higher the setting is, the harder it is to keep positive balance during resource shortages during the later stages of the war. 98% is pretty bad, but you know what? We're gonna go all out. Let's go all out. If that's the only setting that I need to change to make this insane, then let's just go insane. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. I don't know what half this stuff means, but we're gonna go with full-on 100% realism. Mistakes might be made. We're gonna die very early on.
Dafür haben wir trainiert. Wir werden das gemeinsam durchstehen.
Denkt an eure Ausbildung, bleibt ruhig und konzentriert.
Dafür haben wir trainiert. Wir werden das gemeinsam durchstehen.
Denkt alle an eure Ausbildung, bleibt ruhig und konzentriert.
I like one of the deeper ones.
Denkt an eure Ausbildung, bleibt ruhig und konzentriert.
Go with voice 3, a little bit of a deeper voice. Body shape. You know, we're gonna go pretty thin. Go a little bit thin. Not very large. Probably more muscular. A little bit more thin, slightly muscular, but not very large. There we go. Let's go with that. Black half-zipped sweater. I like the turtleneck. I always thought that looked kind of an interesting vibe for these U-boat commanders. Oh, I also like the jacket. Come on, I gotta go jacket though, actually. With a sweater. Well, I guess this technically is a turtleneck. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like that one. Treasures with belts. Sure. Binoculars. Pipe. Round glasses, aviator glasses, black eye patch, brown eye patch. Let's go binoculars. I'm okay with that. Accessory 2. Okay, we don't need that. That's fine. I think I like the binoculars by themselves. Skipper's visor cap. Which I kind of think I'm okay with. Yeah, none of these aviator ones. Nah, we gotta go with the skipper's visor cap. That looks good. Hairstyle. I mean, we're not gonna see the hairstyle, presumably. We'll just go short hair, just in case it matters. Facial stubble. A little bit of a heavier stubble. And we'll go brown hair. Complexion. Complexion 1 looks good to me. Face type. Oh, I don't know. We'll just leave on type 1. I have no opinion. All right, let's go with that. That's our skipper right there. Let's go. Klaus Greif. No, we are David Broyar. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how to pronounce that in the German accent. Thousands of young brave men enlisted in the Kriegsmarine, enticed by adventure and ideology, motivated by fame and making a good living. Less than half of them returned home. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Their lives and battles have become legendary. Port of Wilhelmshaven, September 1st, 1939. Let's go. Wilhelmshaven, maybe? So I wonder if this is like Silent Hunter games where if you do good enough in context of the battle that you will eventually like get better boats, like more modern boats and stuff like that. Or if this is just our boat that we have for the entirety of our career. I genuinely do not know. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I gotta make sure I have my pen and paper just in case. If the night is dark, consider turning on red lighting inside your U-boat. Such light makes it easier for the eyes to adapt to the darkness. It'll increase the sight range of your crew, but and will also make your screen brighter. Good stuff. Tiny little U-boat. Good luck on your next mission, Skipper. Stay safe out there. There is a tiny little boat. Captain, before you go on your first patrol, I recommend you to undergo training that will prepare you and your crew for a fight. Probably a good idea, considering I haven't played this in 3.5 years. Click on the highlighted officer in the port to start a conversation with him. Sounds good. I'm here to pass on orders from the Admiralty. What can I do for you? The officer you talk to is an intermediary between you and Kriegsmarine headquarters. You can choose an assignment for yourself or assign your officers to different tasks at headquarters. Gotcha. So, okay, I guess we're just going to go for training then. To start, select the highlight option to open the list of training missions. These are current orders from the headquarters, your eyes only. On the screen, you can choose a training mission to explore the nuances of the game. If you're playing for the first time, I just recommend that you complete the missions in order from the first to the last. Again, since I have not played this game since really early release, I think this is a good idea. Click anywhere to close. Let's start with the first introductory mission right now. It's already highlighted on the left, so all you need to do is click on the button below. Sounds good. Training Resupply. This training assignment explains the basics of preparing the boat for a long-range travel. Estimated duration, 5 minutes. Looks good. Before starting a patrol, as captain, you must ensure that your boat is properly prepared to go to sea. You must provide adequate provisions, fuel supply, and equip the boat to fight. You can provide all these things by talking to a warehouse clerk. Click on him to start the conversation. And that's something that is... oh, back there? Somewhere? What do you need, officer? Now select the first dialogue option to open the warehouse menu. Show me what you got. In the port warehouse, you can buy and sell goods to get your boat ready to put to sea. Aren't we just using the Fuhrer's credit card on this one? Like, what do you mean buy? On the left side, there's a window with goods available in the port. Yeah. Okay, seems like pretty normal for buying stuff from a shop. Current budget is displayed in the upper bar of this window. 6,000 U-boat bucks. On the right side of the window of is the window of your boat storage. To buy or sell products by clogging it, drag it from the window to another. Sounds good. First, we must ensure that we have enough food for the upcoming mission. Click a highlighted tab to browse the food available at the current port. Buy at least 30 units of any type of food. So we've already got 50 units of preserved pork, 50 units of canned bread. What in the world is canned bread? That just sounds nasty. We got canned meat, more canned bread, sausages. I mean, we've got to keep ourselves healthy, right? Although there is a price difference for sure. Apparently the canned bread is free. Well, that's good to know. Guess that's at the very base level of if you just had to have something. I mean, we can keep it relatively cheap. Maybe some cheeses or some veggies. Get some vegetables. Do I drag it? Well, tell me a number. Okay, there we go. Now we just need like 30 units, right? Yeah, I must also ensure that we have enough food to complete the mission and return to port. Click the highlighted tab, or fuel, I should say, fuel. Complete and refuel the ship. Amount to buy, refuel. Yeah, that sounds good. Fuel tanks are full. Finally, we must also ensure that the U-boat is armed well enough to attack enemy vessels. Click the highlighted tab to browse for torpedoes that are currently available in this port. And again, it's funny that we have to buy torpedoes, but I guess it's just kind of how them making the gameplay. Buy at least one torpedo. Yeah, I feel like one torpedo is probably... You probably need at least one to make this worthwhile. We really don't have that much storage. This is a very tiny boat. We're going to go out and get us like one ship and return home. So what do we got here? There's a T2. Standard issue electric, standard issue steam powered. Okay, I see the difference now. Standard issue electric. Honestly, I mean, I feel like torpedoes can be... I mean, eventually we're going to want to spend money on torpedoes. But I feel like early on, saving some money on torpedoes probably a good idea. We'll make do with what we got. So the steam powered are faster. Trying to see the differences here. There's some issues with the pistol design, but they both have that. Launch torpedoes on magnetic setting may explode on the way before reach the target. Torpedoes on the impact setting must hit the target on the angle close to 90 degrees to explode. That makes sense. Yeah, I think the big difference here is just the speed, honestly. And so these are just a little bit faster torpedoes. Doesn't mean these can't be worthwhile. So I think we're going to grab the T2. And I think that's good. Let's go with that. Keep it a little bit cheap for now until we know how much money we're going to need. And then if we have more money down the road, we can allocate maybe to some faster torpedoes. After ordering your goods to the warehouse, loading them on your boat begins. It's not an instant process. It takes some time. Well, that makes sense. Click this button to skip the wait. Oh, well, yeah. Convenient. Good work. With completing the last training mission, Captain, I recommend you hone your skills further and start the next training mission. Click on the highlight option in the port, start conversation with them. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Alright, we will, some training done. Training, travel, and diving. Sounds good. Probably important to know how to dive in a submarine. During this training mission, we will train how to navigate and dive with your boat. First, we must leave the port. To do that, click the highlighted button and select the third engine gear forward. Third engine geared forward 3. Got it. Half ahead. Very good. Now open the map by clicking the highlighted button. The in-game map allows you to plan the voyage ahead. As you can see, your crew automatically set a route to leave port after you are undocked. How convenient of them. To test the diving capabilities, but we need to travel to a more remote location with deeper water. I marked a good spot for that on your map. Set a course, simply click on it with the right mouse button. Perfect. Easy, easy, easy. It take a few hours in real time though. Click the highlight button to speed up the game time. Highlighted button. Oh, down here. And presumably when we get further out of port, we can go faster. Crater! I mean, most of this early stuff is like pretty common, right? This all makes sense, right? But it's more of the stuff later on, like maybe some of the crew management that might be a little bit different. I mean, the food management was already different from some of the Silent Hunter games. I don't think we ever had to manage food in those. Shallow waters. Super speed! Woo! I don't know why. It's throwing me off that the water is brown and the land is this bluish color. I don't know. It's like my brain feels like it should be backwards. The other way around. We are now at the target location. We can now practice how to dive. Sounds like a great plan. First, we will dive to periscope depth, which is just below the surface of the water. Click the highlight button to open the depth meter, and then click the small button on the right with the periscope icon. Makes perfect sense. Can I turn this around? There we go. We'll watch this thing from different angles. Oh, that's right. That's the one cool thing about this game is that we can kind of get this side view. Man, this is a tiny boat. There's only one level. Oh my goodness, this is tiny. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. Neglected interiors? What does that mean? That's where I sleep, way back there. We don't even have a captain's quarters in this little tiny thing. Wow. I actually like how when you zoom in that side bit comes off and kind of, that's pretty cool. Visual, that's what I mean. All right, we are now underwater. Switch to electric motors. Well done, Skipper. Your boat is now at periscope depth. And apparently maybe radar depth or antenna depth. Okay, never mind. We're just a little bit further now. Remain at periscope depth means staying just below the water surface, allowing the crew to extend periscopes above the water to scan the surroundings. Yeah, perfect sense. There are 2 periscopes installed on the submarine. The observation one is conveniently located in the control room. It's good for scanning quickly the surrounding, and it's usually used by the regular crew. The attack periscope, on the other hand, is designed to perform precise torpedo attacks. It is much better at this task than the observation periscope, but it must be manned by an officer. Makes sense. Your submarine is extremely hard to spot when it stays at periscope depth, although it's still possible to spot at closer range. It is also vulnerable here to detection methods that use sound waves for detection, hydrophones, and sonars. Now let's dive deeper. Click the highlighted button again to open the depth meter. Select the maximum safe depth button. When this preset is enabled, Your crew will maintain submarine at the safest maximum depth based on the available map information up to 150 meters. If your intention is to run closer to the seabed, then it is possible using map information. Consider using Echo Center on the control room and set the depth manually. Gotcha. Okay. What is that?
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
5 Meter. Looks like we got a still guy over here loading a torpedo, maybe? Torpedo maintenance, okay. Does get quite dark underwater, though.
20 Meter.
20 Meter. We actually see him maintaining the torpedo. Do we only have 4 torpedoes? Ballast tank. Yeah, we got those torpedo tubes there. We got 3, it looks like. And then I'm assuming we don't have a rear torpedo. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. This is such a tiny boat. I didn't know. I mean, I guess I knew they made boats this small. I knew the Japanese had some really tiny boats. I think there were some like really tiny, like 1 or 2 man submarines that they found in what, Pearl Harbor, or kind of around Pearl Harbor, around like when they attacked. But I just never really thought about the Germans having kind of relatively small boats like this.
75 Meter.
We're going down 150 meters, I think it said. Oh no, 120. I think it's 120. Oh, look, we actually get to see them loading with the torpedo. Oh, did he pull it out and he was doing some maintenance on it? Now he's putting it back in? I didn't even notice that. We're now more than 100 meters below the surface. Pressure outside is at 11 atmospheres or more. This submarine was built to handle such pressure indefinitely, but going deeper than this becomes with a risk.
95 Meter.
Gotcha. As a rule of thumb, the deeper you dive, the easier it is to hide from enemies. Your belt also becomes harder to hit with anti-submarine weapons. Staying underwater comes with some problems, though. When you remain underwater, there's no way to ventilate the ship, and air quality will become worse with the passing time. You can always check the current air quality by looking at this indicator. It is very important. If it ever becomes empty, your crew will start to suffocate. That sounds like a bad thing. You can refresh air to some degree by using the onboard ventilation system, but it has the drawback of being quite noisy. Enemies may detect your boat more easily when it is turned on. Let's use it right now. Click on it using the left mouse button.
100 Meter.
Hold on. After you've given the order, one of the sailors will come over here soon and activate the ventilation system. And I do hear it. It is kind of loud. Notice that the air quality in the ship starts to get better. The ventilation won't improve it indefinitely, although as it can only recirculate existing air. That makes sense. Another thing to watch when you stay underwater for a long time are the bilges of your boat. Your submarine will slowly accumulate water through the holes in the ship's hull, like the propeller shafts, periscopes, valves, and torpedo tubes. When ballast accumulates, your boat will be less maneuverable and responsive. Eventually, that ballast may sink your boat, but we will learn about that in more detail during the next training session. Oh, so that's not important for me to know what's going to sink my boat right now. To get rid of the accumulated water, enable the pump and the controlling. Please do that right now before we proceed.
110 Meter.
Pumps performance is decreased by 54%. Interesting. Well done. The pump slowly pumps out the water from all of your compartments. Please note that with the performance of the pump is correlated with the pressure of the water outside. That makes perfect sense. If we are deeper than 100 meters, it basically doesn't do anything useful. We must be moved to shallow depth to get rid of the water. Let's get back to the surface. Please click the depth meter button and then click the surface button. Blow the tanks.
115 Meter.
You turn the electricity off at different times. Interesting. There's a lot to learn. This definitely has a lot more detail than the Silent Hunter games. As far as like some of this stuff, some of the inner workings of the submarine itself. This is something I don't remember the Silent Hunter games really doing as much of. And the crew management. I don't think I remember the crew management being as, detailed as this either. We do have an electric compressor. Obviously our main engine. There's our thingy. Our air filtration, ventilation, I should say. Gyro compass. Depth steers station. There's the pump.
70 Meter.
And of course the torpedo tips. And we got through, well, I guess that's just the health. I was going to say it has 4 little bips there, but it's just the health. So we've only got the 2 torpedoes currently in there. So we actually came out with just 2 torpedoes. Interesting. All right. Very cool. And what do we got up here? Conning tower. And then we got the searchlight. We got our gun. Oh, it's very cool. I think this is going to be fun. We just got to learn how to do it.
30 Meter.
Excuse me. Sorry, my allergies are bad today. We will make it work, though. Service! Service!
Aktuelle Tiefe 10 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Good to be back. To service your boat, your crew had to blow the water out of the ballast tanks using compressed air reserves. That makes sense. You can check how much compressed air you have by looking at this notification. Which notification? Oh, that's over here. Okay. Compressed air is stored in special tanks under the hull. You can replenish it using an electric air compressor installed on your boat. On a Type 2 submarine, it is located in the stern in the engine room, which is what we were looking at earlier, this thing. Please enable it now.
Kompressor einschalten.
So we can get this turned on, get a little bit more compressed air back, which allows us to raise the boat later. Well done, Skipper. Well, thank you. I thought it was well done. I know how to read. To service your boat after diving, you need a minimum 25% of the compressed air reserves. The amount consumed is not constant, though. The deeper you are, the larger the ballast you have in the compartments to compensate, the more air may be consumed in the process. Okay. You learned a lot today. Let's get back to the port. Sounds good. On the map, open the map and right-click the port icon to plot a course for it. Which would be here.
Kurs setzen.
Very cool. Click to return back to port. Yep. 2 days later. Man, the war's gonna be over by the time we get done with training. Man, only having like 3 torpedoes total. I guess we could have some backups, I think. That's gonna be that's gonna make our little rendezvous, or our little I should say, what am I gonna call them, our tours of duty, a little bit short. Good work with completing the last training mission, Captain. I recommend you to hone your skills further and start the next training mission. I would agree. Click on the officer. Where is he? Am I blind? I don't see the officer. Oh, way over there. What are you doing over there? It's not helpful to me.
Um die Befehle vom BDU weiterzuleiten. Wie kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
All right, next training.
Sind aktuelle Einsatz-
And we're killing it, guys. We're amazing. Training torpedo. Okay, we actually got to do a torpedo attack finally. How many training? I just kind of want to see how many there were. There are 6. That's not too bad. Let's see. We got time. You know, we're gonna save our torpedo attack for next time. We're just getting into this, guys. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing this a bit. I think we'll find out. Again, I haven't really played it much, and it's been a long time. So, but next time we will be doing a torpedo attack, and we'll see where we go. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this type of series. I mean, if you kind of like this type of stuff. If you do like this type of video and want to see more of these, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you know when these videos and more like them go live. Consider commenting below. I try to read all the comments and reply to as many as possible. And of course, I do have channel memberships turned on if you want to support the channel in that way. But we will definitely be playing a lot more of this, I think. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys agree. But with that, we'll go ahead and put a cut in there. I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.